So I'm going to go a little bit more into depth as to why magic and witchcraft specifically tend to be very powerful methods of manifestation. So once again, our subconscious mind speaks in symbols, repetition, archetypes, imagery, stuff like that. So our subconscious as well, it's been absorbing all of these constant different concepts from the time we step on this planet. So us associating water with cleansing, fire with change, transformation, energy, honey, stickiness, with sweetness, with attracting things in. Like you attract more things with honey that you attract more flies with honey than I forgot vinegar. I think the saying is, and then even vinegar, with in the car in the background, vinegar in that exact same breath, like was sour and gross. It's like we to a certain degree have all these associations that we come through our physical experience starting to understand. So what magic does, essentially, people have been studying these concepts over however many centuries, and they figured out what symbols are the most impactful to then speak directly to your subconscious to bring about results in physical reality. Because again, physical reality is only it's like a collective projection of all of our consciousnesses as well as our own individual, and then we're all interacting with it from an individual lens and then molding and shaping that playground from our individual perspective. So when you're then able to directly communicate to your subconscious different things, then it allows for things to, or it allows for reality to reflect that back to you in a more definitive way. Not to mention the collective unconscious, which we are all tapped into. And then that's the other thing too. It's like, so then you're then on top of, instead of you just being in your mind and then, or just writing something down, you're engaging all your senses. When it comes to spells and stuff like that, you're using incense. So you have, like, or, there's so many different things. You don't necessarily have to use incense, but many times you cleanse the space and then you do this. So then you're engaging your touch, your sight, your sound. You're engaging all of these different senses as well, so it becomes something that your entire being is engaged in, and we are here physically focused to experience this realm. So whenever we allow ourselves to kind of fully submerge ourselves into that experience, it allows for results to happen. And that's why, even though you don't technically need a method or modality, it's what kind of helps focus that intention. It's like when you burn a candle, it's like it's like you're allowing there to be like a boundary for energy. It's like you're allowing there to be like a start and end time. It's like you're creating certain frameworks to then give your mind, okay, I did this specific thing, now this specific result has to happen. So as well as the aspect of embodiment as well as belief, those are also very important factors. But I'd also say many times you would be surprised. So what also tends to happen is our subconscious mind, for the most part, is only going to allow, and for the most part, is only going to bring into our experiences things that it allows or deems safe. So what will also tend to happen is if you try to do something a little bit too big for your britches, then your subconscious mind might not necessarily allow that to come into your experience because it could not necessarily know how to interact with it safely. It might be too destabilizing for it. And that's why when some people do like a money spell or something, it doesn't necessarily come like in $1,000 or $1 billion or whatever. It's because it might from their where their subconscious is, it might not necessarily come in. It might not necessarily be something that your mind believes can happen, or B something that your subconscious believes you are safe enough to hold for one reason or the other. Especially when there are so many countless different paradigms and belief systems that are tossed around holding money and what it means to be wealthy and stuff like that. But since people have essentially done this over and over and over again and figured out what works, then it's been passed down, and from there it's been something that people have found consistent results in by doing said methods. And again, everything is different. You don't necessarily have to do everything cookie cutter and make it, black and white. It's all about doing what works for you. But at the end of the day, that is it's still all ever you. The only thing that it ever is you, right? It's just ways to get your mind to accept whatever outcome that you're trying to impose onto reality. Now, that being said, peace and blessings, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.